the distance from Johannesburg to Dar es Salaam. By the end of August 1963, in some places of the United States, a Negro could not go to school where he chose, eat where he wished, build his home where it pleased him, or find jobs for which he was qualified. He had been insulted, beaten, jailed, rinsed with water, chased by dogs. But he was coming to Washington, he said, to swallow up hatred and love, to overcome violence by peaceful protest. Many people predicted violence. Negro groups trained themselves to overwhelm it. Armed with portable two-way radios, volunteers scattered throughout the march would keep watch. Should violence come then that day, they would call for help. Each man would have a code name: freedom, equality, justice, jobs.
This is freedom 2 to equality 1. This is freedom 2 to equality.
The Constitution of the United States guarantees every American the right to protest peaceably. 200,000 Americans then were going to use this right. 350 years ago, the white man came to America, and 350 years ago, the Negro came to America. The one came as master, the other as slave. 100 years ago, Abraham Lincoln declared as President of the United States that all slaves would henceforward be set free. Now, both black and white Americans were preparing to march to say that a century later, the black man still was not completely free. If I am not free, you are not free. If one man on earth is partly enslaved, the world is not completely free. It was every man's duty then to help every other man.
We need 4 people at table 8.
In New York, volunteers worked for 2 days and 2 nights to make lunches for the march. They made 80,000 cheese sandwiches.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, we shall overcome.
All right, here we go.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We're coming straight from the hood. We the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
We live. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics, where we're going to a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones, and that is Tony, the #1 soul brother. And this is Hoodviewpolitics, baby. Holler at your boys.
All right, I'm gonna hit her down.
Holler at your boys. God damn it. I was muted. Somebody start over. Rewind. 2, 3, 4, 5. We live. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics, where we're going to a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones.
You know, I'm Tony, the #1 soul brother. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics Tuesday night live stream. We're gonna give it to you from a hood point of view. So while you in here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell, and holler at your boys.
Best believe that. Now, if you're new here, you don't know what to expect. But if you've been here before, you know what's going on here. We chasing magazine coons. Let's not forget about you Puerto Ricans and your white ladies too. Welcome to everybody from around the world tuning in to your boys talking politics from the streets. Appreciate all our hoodies that tune in, all our hoodies that got us to 500 plus motherfucking podcasters. That's a grinder. We hustlers. This is DC, baby. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yep.
And we ain't left this fight since we've been in it. You know what I'm saying, dog? We haven't moved. Even though the orange neck demon fuck Donald jackass Trump was elected. But we still here, baby. And shouts out to everybody that follow us. Hey, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. Holler at your boys. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's going on with you?
Man. Oh, man. This has been a hard ass 2 weeks for a nigga. Nigga been going through it. Excuse me. Yeah, nigga been going through it one way or another. Why? Tell you when shit come in bunches. It's like all this shit they say, you get together and say, "Move this motherfucker right now." And that's the way I feel right now.
That's crazy. But shit, man, look. Ever since a motherfucker been doing this motherfucking podcasting, I've been going through a lot of shit. Maybe people don't notice it while I'm on this motherfucker, but a lot been going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, my aunt went through cancer. Even lost her motherfucking leg because of the motherfucking sugar. Over the period of time that we've been podcasting, my mother had 2 strokes. She gonna doing better too, by the way. But so it's a lot of things that happen in our personal lives, even though we're podcasting. It won't be right for us to come on and just be like, you know what I'm saying, just bringing our life into the you already know we from the streets, so our life is not gonna be the same as the rest of these clown ass niggas that be on the internet. So most of our shit is real life bullets, life threatening situations, and when we bring it up is when we want to engage with y'all. Most of the time we just come on the joint and talk politics, you know what I'm saying? So most of the time, if we just talking politics, sometimes our life spill over. We gotta bring it up sometimes. So just to get it off our chest. And Mayhem is the same way at that. It's like we talk straight politics, but sometimes when motherfucker life just do too much, we like to bring it up and exercise it. You know what I'm saying? You know? Unlike that orange neck fuck demon Donald jackass Trump that just want to throw people out the country without nothing. Is that kidnapping?
You can call it all types of shit.
I think that's kidnapping.
You can call it what you want.
If your government sanction just snatching motherfuckers up and throwing them out the country and then saying, "I figure it out after that." What is that? See, we've been sitting on this joint trying to find some MAGAs out there, motherfucker, white, Hispanic, or black. We done with the black MAGAs, be honest with you. They some dumb idiots. We want to expand this thing to some Hispanic motherfucking MAGAs, white motherfuckers that didn't think they was MAGAs but voted for Trump. Come on this joint, bro. Talk to your boys. You know what I'm saying? We're here for that. Now, there's so much been going on. The last podcast was kind of, you know what I'm saying, muddled around. So we might touch on some things that we did on the last podcast, which you didn't hear. So it didn't matter. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's a few things, man, I want to talk about before we go a lot deep. First, everybody know that motherfucking Deion Sanders' son. Everybody know his motherfucking was in the draft. Both sons, right?
Yeah.
And he fell to the motherfucker, what was 5th or 6th?
Fifth round.
To the 5th round. So, Deion Sanders, one of the greatest athletes who ever lived. I watched him. That motherfucker was a beast, bro. Offense, defense. I keep screaming about this dumb motherfucker that they just drafted. Act like nobody never done that shit before. I actually watched people that done that. So it's not odd to me that niggas like a defensive back and play some offense. I don't know. You? Huh? I'm just saying, it's like, is that odd to you? That's not odd. It's like so many more. Chet Bailey did it.
Because they got some of the same skill sets.
It's just so many people done that. But nobody said, I'm going to play offense, and then when defense come up, I'm going to play defense. That's different. Then having, I got some, like Devin Hester, my favorite team, Chicago Bears. He was drafted as a wide receiver. He started off as a wide receiver. They switched him to a defensive back because they ran him as a wide receiver for a while and realized that ain't going to work. One thing about the motherfucker, you got to just figure out who is who and where they fit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but overall, Deion Sanders' son dropped to 5, the 5th round. Now, everybody, the black culture, has been watching him and his father for the last year. First of all, I watched his father say, hold on, man, we ain't going anywhere, right? I might pull a Eli Manning out this bitch. I don't know. Did you hear that?
I might have.
This is where he was getting interviewed on somebody's podcast. And he was like, no, we ain't just going anywhere. Then he get on the motherfucking joints in all types of videos. Even the joints where he got with the number 1 pick, telling the number 1 pick that, I'm going number 1, bro. What are you talking about? Man's like, what are you talking about? I'm number 1 to pick. No, I'm number 1. I'm going number 1. What are you talking about? Then his father get on the joint where he going 1 or 2. It don't matter to me. But he ain't just going anywhere. It's like, what are we talking about?
Well,
so I'm gonna ask you, first of all, what's your thought of Shedeur Sanders falling all the way to the 5th round, first of all? And why? What's your thought process?
My thought process is this. He just got put in his place. Dude, you went from being a projected top 5 pick.
That's crazy.
To fall and
wait the
you
fuck.
fall in the 5th round. And you go to a team that basically said they didn't want you.
They drafted enough over before you.
They only picked you because you was there, and because the value was what it was.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
There's reports out that there's other teams that was, I guess they were talking to quarterback needed teams because you ain't talking to nobody that don't need a quarterback. So it's other teams that say they was just perfectly willing to let you just go ahead and be an undrafted free agent. So for some reason, and I think the whole thing is fault on both sides that this shit happened because of the way Shedeur, you didn't want to throw at the combine. You didn't want to work out at the combine.
Okay.
You some old wild shit with your father and the motherfucker and one of the coaches that was doing the workout at your pro day. Not to mention, there's a lot of people around it for whatever reason, probably because he's an arrogant ass when he want to be, don't like Deion. A lot of people don't like you because you an arrogant ass like your father at times. Kind of like it is. But I think a lot of people want to go collusion and all this old other shit they did him like they did Kaepernick. Let's get one thing straight. These motherfuckers are in it to make money and to win. If you're a GM, if you're a coach and a GM, you better win or you ain't gonna have no job. And that means you better go out and get the best player available. It got to be some wild shit that we're talking teams that don't got no quarterback that pass this dude up and pick quarterbacks that's not. Is Jackson Dart better than Shedeur Sanders? Is the motherfucking Cleveland Browns picked another quarterback, came back around and picked Shedeur?
Yeah.
Is that
2 rounds
better,
later and shit.
Yeah. Is that quarterback they picked better than Shedeur? Probably not.
So let me ask you this.
It's
So you Shedeur, right?
mhm.
Okay, I'm Deion Sanders' son. The only person that ever coached me in my life is my father.
That's the problem there.
So far, I'm the best. As far as me and my father concerned, I'm the best. I'm the 1 or 2 draft pick, regardless of your defensive back. I don't give a fuck what you are.
Yeah.
I'm in the top 1 or 2, period. That's their mind frame.
Yeah.
So, okay, 32 teams, go evaluate the tape and realize you're the 5th rounder. If the very best are 4th, maybe your attitude might drops you to the 5th.
Yeah. And this is
But you could have been in the 4th, which is even worse. I don't care which way would this went. 4th or 5th. This is bad. I'm sorry to tell you, bro. This is bad. This is bad. The man thought he was going in the top 5, bro. Nobody dropped from the top 5 all the way to the 5th round.
He went in the top 5 rounds. Like he did. He did top 5. He went in the top 5 rounds. But see,
hold on. But nobody dropped from the top 5 all the way to the 5th round. That don't happen.
Well,
you might fall, but the 2nd round is where the far as you go. But the 5th,
you hit on it. He only been coached by his father. He already played with his father's attitude where you can't tell him shit. He been calling out his teammates. He do this, that, and the third. There's a lot of shit that turn people off. And the one thing about being a motherfucking quarterback is, being a quarterback, you got to be a sponge. And you got to be adaptable. Because you don't never know what system you playing in, and who you playing for one year to the next. So if he already got an attitude where he blamed teammates, he called out his teammates instead of doing what a quarterback do, you know, even when it ain't their fault, we know it ain't their fault. Hey, that was on me.
Yeah.
I could have been better. You know what I'm saying? I missed the pass here and we could have scored. And, you know, they find a way to take the blame. Don't nobody want, and as you said, he only been coached by his father. Ain't nobody got time to try to get the Deion out of Shedeur. Especially with Deion lurking around.
okay, that right there is another issue. So if you feel like he's not a first rounder, let's say you're a team. He's not a first rounder. He's not a second rounder. He's not a third rounder. Maybe the 4th if he come around in my area. Definitely the 5th if he drop my way. Right?
Okay.
So if they thinking they're top 5, somebody's way the fuck off.
Somebody was.
And then when you get there, once you're in the 5th round, you're not even guaranteed to be on the team.
Nope.
People gotta understand, like,
money, or you get very little guarantee.
yeah, it's like 5th, 6th, 7th rounders. They in the camp, yeah, but you don't know if they gonna be on that. Like when y'all watch the preseason, they might be their last people on that 4th game.
And don't
Those motherfuckers.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of 7th rounders, 6th rounders, and 5th rounders. Remember, Tom Brady was a 6th rounder, and that's playing in the league. That's playing some good ball. So
now, one thing about that I disagree with is, even though he went in the 7th round, it was so many quarterbacks that was drafted ahead of him. It wasn't like it was one drafted, then he was in the 7th round. It was so many that proved in the college ranks that they was more than just capable. They was beasts, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't prove that. He just proved he was a good quarterback in college, right?
Look,
so he went where he supposed to win. He just overachieved, bro. He overachieved. He wasn't supposed to be where he wasn't supposed to be like the first, second rounder.
Nah.
He wasn't the third rounder either.
I ain't gonna say what he should have been or could have been. I thought he would have been. I thought he was the first rounder. I thought he was the back end of the first round quarterback. I thought somewhere around like where Pittsburgh was picking at 21. I thought they would have took. I think it was 21. I think Pittsburgh would have been a good spot for him.
Yeah,
that's where I thought he was at. As for him being,
me too, though, bro. Somewhere around there, I thought he was gonna go off the board.
Talent wise, it's the thing. Look, this year's quarterback class is not last year's quarterback class. You don't got. Even though Cam Ward went number 1, you don't see him doing shit compared to what some of them other quarterbacks did last year. Or the year before with CJ Stroud. You see motherfucking.
That's what I'm saying.
So the talent wise, I thought he was I didn't think he was top of the draft. And nobody thought that because it's a premium quarterback. So
but if you bring in a backup or a camp quarterback, is the risk high enough to bring him, his father, the cameras, his brother with the fucking YouTube, all that's about to come with you with a backup. Right. Not the number 1.
Right.
The back, is that worth it? Once you get to the third round, if nobody picked him, it's like, is it worth it to even do this? Okay. To bring him with all that noise? And he's just gonna be a 4th rounder?
But what if he's that good? What if he's what he's
that's all. Now we in the round of
you know what I'm saying?
Of LeBron James' son. For real. This is equivalent to LeBron James' son because second round in the motherfucking NBA is almost the same as 4th and 5th round in the motherfucking NFL. These are players that you're not expecting to do shit. So they made LeBron's son somebody that's supposed to been doing something. He was in second round, almost at the not drafted. They only got drafted because LeBron was on the team and they made him do it. Yeah. He would have never been drafted. Right?
Come on.
Never been drafted. But then, once he playing, everybody expected him to be a star. Nope. He was never supposed to be drafted anyway. Now you see what I'm saying? So now we got the same situation now with his son, where the NFL evaluated him. He's a 4th or 5th rounder. They got him in the 5th round. That's what quarterback he is. Everybody was taught and told that he was better than that, when he really ain't. That's the problem.
You about to find out.
He's just not.
That's what we about to find out.
Now, anybody will look up with a 5th, 6th rounder, just like Brock Purdy. Some shit like that. But you never heard of Brock Purdy till it was time for him to play.
Other than Jackson Dart that went before him, none of them quarterbacks is good as him. Played as good as him.
Really though? We don't know. The NFL ain't say that. They draft quarterbacks.
Look, with him, it's a lot of shit that came with him and about him that teams wasn't feeling and say, I don't need that shit. The talent, the dude talent.
But two things though, you gotta realize.
And like you were saying, is he worth, with all the shit that can come with it, Dion, the brother, with the social media shit, the watch thing, he ain't really
legend
he
shit.
ain't really, as a football player, I don't want to say he ain't grind to get to for his shit, because you don't get to the NFL. I don't give a fuck where you get picked at if you ain't grind to get there. So I ain't gonna say that, but he ain't. Look, he was born the son of Deion Sanders. He only been coached from Little League all the way through college by Deion Sanders. The younger was born a millionaire. He got all that nil money. He's a bigger millionaire than he was born. So
My problem.
He ain't. You know.
My problem is. My problem is he's a fifth rounder.
He's a fifth rounder now.
All right. Nobody in America, the commentators, nobody. Stephen A. Nobody.
That's why they mad.
Has never in one season followed a fifth round pick.
Mm-mm.
Ever.
Mm-mm.
They never followed a second round 54th overall pick in NBA history either.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing now. They're about to follow this guy. He's a fifth round pick.
Yep.
But they're about to follow him like he's the number one pick overall.
Yep.
That is the problem. Same thing happened to LeBron's son. He is not that damn good. He wasn't supposed to get drafted. He got drafted because of his son. Cool. He in the NBA now. Everybody looking for him to be Jordan. No, he never was that. Never supposed to be that.
Never will be that.
And this dude, obviously, is not that. First of all, you can't tell me he throw a bomb. You can't tell me he run 4.344. So if you take those two things out, that means he's a pocket passer, right or wrong. How many teams are ready for a pocket passer right now when the future is mobile quarterbacks? Everybody got drafted before him. Mobile is fuck. Way mobile than him, and they white as fuck. That's a problem for him.
He got wheels.
And then another thing, I blame Deion Sanders too, as the father. You coddled this motherfucker too much. Even in a draft, you tell this nigga he ain't got to do this, fuck that, don't do that. We're going to have a motherfucking screen up here. We're going to have, what's that nigga name? That was the Philly fan. They had this nigga podcast in there, bro. $1 million worth of game.
Yeah.
Thinking he going top 5.
Well, that's what I said.
His father is part of the blame. He set all that up. He let him think that his son, he made his son think he was one of the top 5 athletes in America, let alone quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That was the problem. He let that slide. And then another problem Deion Sanders ain't do by being an ex-athlete and an ex-NFL player was get quarterbacks to critique your son. None of your friends, that's whoever fuck coaching them, go get motherfucking anybody you can get. You Deion. You go get Aikman. That nigga can go get Troy Aikman and say, Troy Aikman, look at him. What's wrong with him? What do he need to do? Simple.
He been working with Brady for years.
Man, Brady didn't draft him, did he?
I'm not saying.
Brady is over there in the fucking Raiders. We talking about the 5th round. That nigga ain't touch him.
Yeah, but
all right, so Deion dropped the ball because 2 things. He could put his son in a better position by one, making him participate in all that motherfucking shit he need to participate in. Put him in the college Senior Bowl, whatever the fuck. Put him in there. Then hold on. He ain't playing none of that.
He played the East West.
He didn't play nothing. What are you talking about? He didn't play his shit. Then he didn't even go to the combine.
I know that.
He had his own little bullshit in the back fucking yard.
He threw his pro day.
He let his son do. He did that. Deion let his son do that. That's his fuck up.
But that's my point exactly.
Him, by a person that been in the NFL, should have let this son know. Nah, you had to go through the whole process, bro. We think you the top 1 or 2, but you gotta do the whole thing. You gotta let these motherfuckers see what you can do, bro. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. Third. Hold on. Third. He should have put his son in track. Get some motherfuckers in his whoever the fuck in his house. Work on his speed. Get him faster. Didn't do that. So my problem is Deion Sanders try to be a coach of a whole squad and his fucking son. That hampered him, bruh. He's not as good as him and his father think he the fuck is. Period. You're not going 5th round if you're a beast, bruh. I don't give a fuck if you was outside in the middle of the street with your shirt off with the ice cream cones. They gonna draft you. If you're a beast. He's not a beast. We gotta recognize that, bro. That's it.
I'll say this. And that's what I was. My point is, sounds like your point too. Look, it's a whole lot of shit. It's a whole lot of shit around him. Being it is his father, is it his attitude, is it the shit he do, whatever. And it turned a lot of people off, and people didn't want that. People don't want Dion lurking around their franchise, and you really can't have that because Dion the only motherfucker that ever coached him. So once you had that dude in there, and you know, Dion
and he's a coach that can threaten your job as a coach,
right? Yeah, you don't want a motherfucker. You don't want him every time he have a bad game. And he ain't gonna take the blame himself. And he throw the coach or something under the bus.
They going under the bus.
Who is they? The only person that can coach him is his father. So,
and then another thing is,
it's a lot of shit that around him that come with him that teams don't want to deal with. And you ain't really had nobody that no other player that really had it like that.
Another thing, this is a good thing for him. He been humbled, bro. To the point where, like. He is not gonna do no more YouTube shit. I'm guarantee you, he is not gonna fuck with YouTube no more. He's not gonna fuck with Instagram. He's not doing none of that no more. I guarantee you, they humbled this bitch ass nigga all the way to the Shador. I guarantee you,
he showed up.
Either gonna do a motherfucking video to say I ain't doing no more stuff like this. I'm concentrating on football. I guarantee it's gonna come.
He already shot the video.
What video?
The video after he got drafted and going into Cleveland and the $1 million worth of the $1 million worth of Gucci bags that he's traveling to Cleveland with.
And I guarantee you,
he didn't already.
It's going to be a video very soon, within the next week or already soon, that he gonna say, "I'm concentrating on football. I'm not doing no more videos. I'm not on you. I'm not on the motherfucking internet no more. I guarantee you."
I can see that coming.
And to me, those are self-inflicted wounds that him and his father could have avoided. And he would have been drafted way further than the fucking 5th round. Guaranteed. Yeah. Then you can't go in the motherfucking meeting saying, you know what, I don't really want you to, I don't want to play here. So fuck you and your board. Don't show me no plays. I'm going to the next meeting. You can't do that. Thinking you the beast.
This year, as far as talent-wise, Shador Sanders is the back half of the first-round talent.
True.
In this year's draft.
True.
He's that. With only one quarterback ahead of him, and that was Cam Moore.
I don't know.
That was the only quarterback ahead of him.
Remember, he can't run.
I don't give a damn what he did. He was the number 1 rated quarterback.
He had no bomb on.
Yeah, but he's number 1, and that's Tennessee problem. But
so let me ask you: if a white boy got a rocket arm and he dips out the pocket straight like a running back, do you pick him or Shador? Now you see what I'm saying?
If he got if you come down to arm strength, I'm taking him arm strength anyway. It would be the white boy if he got the arm strength because Shador is he.
What if that white boy got
decent,
wheels?
But if he decent, but if it come down to wheels, Shador got wheels.
No.
Shador got wheels.
Stop.
He got some wheels.
No, stop.
He tried too much to be a pocket quarterback. But when he gets out and runs, he good. He decent.
Like that Bama that John's pick. Doc, that Bama can run, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see what I'm saying? And he got rocket arm. So do you pick him or Shador? You don't waste time with a pocket, just a person that you know for a fact is at their limit. They are the best they're going to be.
Like I say.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Do you pick a person you know is the best they're going to be then? That's it. That's where they're going to be. That's it. They're not going to run for 100 yards one game. They're not going to throw a 70-yard bomb one game. They're not doing none of that. They just a quarterback, a basic quarterback, compared to anybody that got wheels and a bomb on them. Right. Now you see what I'm saying?
Whatever my system is and whatever I'm running, I'm getting a quarterback that fit that.
And that's the 5th round. Have fun with that.
I'm saying he might slip. No, the dude not.
That's why it's the 5th round.
I think he just came with a lot of baggage that motherfuckers that really didn't want to deal with.
True.
And he turned, and in the process, it was not only that he came with that baggage. Everybody knew that coming out of college.
But me personally, Doc, was better picked than him. And then the next nigga was a better pick than him. But the rest of them motherfuckers, they tripping.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga that the Steelers got, what the fuck was that?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Look, Jalen Milroe.
The nigga that Cleveland got ahead of him? No.
Jalen Milroe got drafted before Shedeur Sanders.
He did?
And Jalen Milroe is going to switch positions.
What are you talking about?
He's going to switch positions.
Again, that's my point, is that motherfucker right here you just said will run for 100 yards. Mm-hmm. He will throw a bomb 70 yards deep. Now you see what I'm saying? You'll take a flyer on that in the 4th, 5th, 6th round than just a basic quarterback like what's dropped with my man, the greatest quarterback ever, the GOAT, fell to 7th round because he was like that. Just basic.
I listened to motherfucking Chris Carter earlier this morning. Old CC from Minnesota Vikings, old finger. But and I mean I agree with him, dude. You cost yourself the millions. That shit y'all was doing, and if I was leaning on motherfucking coaches that's working y'all out, nah, bro. You FaceTiming with your father doing motherfucking meetings with teams, allegedly, and got him and keep him on the line the whole time. He dialing in during the meeting, and then you keep him on the line the rest of the time. Dude, that turned people off. People don't want that. It wasn't your talent that got you dropped to the 5th. Because look, you were back half of the first round in this draft with no quarterbacks. If you was in last year's draft, you would have been undrafted. They would have projected you third round at best in last year's draft.
True.
They would have did what they told you. Don't even think about coming out in this draft.
But the 5th, bruh.
But the 5th is
that's disrespectful.
Look, they humbled him. They told him they told him, like you said, you ain't as good as you think you are. We ain't dealing with your shit. We ain't dealing with your father's shit.
None of that. When y'all come down, y'all gonna be on y'all knees. Y'all be quiet as fuck.
You are a 5th round pick. If you have very little, if any guaranteed money, I will cut your ass.
ASAP. You won't even make it to camp. If you come in with us one video, one camera, you bitch ass nigga.
You tell that motherfucking Deion Sanders that he rolled up in this motherfucker one motherfucking time that he ain't been invited. Both of you motherfuckers going out together. That's what they got.
That's what the 5th round would do. When you're in the 5th round, that's it.
Look.
That's it, my guy.
Let's get one thing straight. You was taken at 144. And if I'm wrong, get me right. But I believe Sam Howell was taken at 144. So that's where you was taken. Sam Howell is on.
It's a good backup.
No, he's not. He's on his 3rd.
You don't think he's a good backup?
He can beat.
He's a good backup to me, though.
He's on his 3rd team.
He's not a starter.
He's not a starter.
But he can back you up. Yeah.
He's a backup.
He can get 2 games out you.
Yeah, you can get a little something. Yeah, if you need him to hold you over, Sam can hold you over until your starter get ready.
Yeah,
but Sam's going to his 3rd team already. That's pick 144, buddy. So
that's what I'm trying to get him to understand, or anybody that likes him is like where he at right now is a person that barely makes the NFL. The 5th, the 6th round, bro.
Yeah. And you two little motherfuckers right there that played that practice.
Hold on. That I was about to say is like, all right, that night, him falling all the way down, right? They had a little setup, the YouTube thing ready to go. They had to close that up. They had the podcast ready to go. They had to close up.
Oh, yeah, they close all that shit up.
How do you feel? Like, a lot of people drop every year. Somebody for every year. But how would you feel as a person that ran around saying you're in the top 5, though? In the 1st round go. The 2nd round go. Now, you can always feel to yourself like, no matter what, now I'm gone. Now, no matter what, this 3rd round, I'm getting big now. Right? The fourth round go.
Throw
And then the fifth round. Like, what? And when people bring up Kaepernick, it's not because we're saying that owners collude or nothing like that. It's just that they know together what everybody wants together. And they know from the beginning, like Kaepernick, sit on his knees. That's against what they like. At the time, Trump didn't like it. At the time, Trump didn't like this. That's the thing. So to me, Trump jumped into this, and one of these owners was pressed to grab him real quick. I'm trying to tell you, bruh, this right here goes into politics. That's why we started off with this. I'm thinking Trump put out a tweet and said, this, I don't know if you've seen that tweet. When he said this was a disgrace, he shouldn't be in the fifth round. One of these teams should draft them now. That's what he put in this point. Cleveland picked him up right, I think, 10 minutes later. I looked up Cleveland owner. He's a piece of shit, redneck pig Republican. That's beside the point.
Somebody pointed that out online. Just what you said earlier today. I seen it. And they was like, yeah, Trump gonna take credit for Sador getting drafted.
Exactly. So he jumps out and says that. And next you know, Cleveland grabs him. Now, same thing with Kaepernick. Donald J. Trump jumped out on that and made the owners do what he want. To me, Trump know the owners. These are his friends, obviously. And when he go on the mic and say something to them like that, they respond and do it because they don't want him talking about them all day on the fucking every day when he go on the press conferences and shit. They don't want them talking about his sisters. None of that. It's just, oh, all right, that cool. You don't like that? You ain't got to tell us. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing else. One of us about to grab his ass ASAP.
You're right.
We're going to cut him later, but right now we need him. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't need you talking about nobody at this point. You know what I'm saying?
See,
that's what I think.
This is the problem. This is the problem I got with the Kaepernick comparison. When you want to talk about collusion between the owners to keep somebody out, with Kaepernick, that's legit. Because them motherfuckers ain't none of you motherfuckers. And it been teams that was quarterback needy, quarterback desperate. I root for one of them for years. Right here in Washington, we needed a motherfucking quarterback like yesterday. Motherfuckers would not touch nobody. I don't give a fuck who you was that needed a quarterback. Nobody would touch Kaepernick. And that shit came down from ownership on down. Don't fuck with it. Now, when you talk about collusion and Kaepernick, I can get that. Now, to compare to what happened with Shador, I'm not saying, look, owners is not, all the owners ain't get together to say, send that motherfucker down to the fifth round. Because for one, he didn't deal with all the owners. He didn't deal with the only teams he dealt with was teams that needed a quarterback. And that's only a handful of teams. Now, maybe they got together and said, hey, fuck that. I ain't drafting him. I don't want that motherfucker either. That'll be a UDFA or whatever. But to compare to, because Kaepernick stood on something. Whatever it was that dropped Shador to the fifth round, put it like this: if what he did was on the same level as what Kaepernick did, he wouldn't be drafted at all. But to put them put them on the same level and like, oh man, you see what they did? They did the same thing to Kaepernick. No, that's bringing what Kaepernick did down. Because Kaepernick stood on something. He stood on police brutality. He stood on racism. He stood on a lot of things, and he gave up his whole motherfucking career for it. Shador just rub people the wrong way.
Okay, so let me tell you why it's the same.
Okay.
Shador rubbed people the wrong way by his being brash and thinking he's supposed to be picked and saying, "Fuck all that, let me call my father. Me and him know the best," which rubbed him the wrong way.
He rubbed the motherfucker the wrong way.
Kaepernick rubbed him the wrong way by dropping to the knee. It's all the same, rubbing the wrong way. They both are rubbing them the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like when Kaepernick hit the knee, no motherfucking owners like that. The same thing here. But they both had opportunities to prove that they can be in the lead. Kaepernick, they had a motherfucking workout for him, but he chose to go some fucking way else. That's his fault. The same thing you just said about Shador. They gave him the opportunity. He never showed up at combines, nothing. So at the same time, we can't defend the motherfucker just like I can't defend the motherfucker when we talk about motherfucking police brutality. When a nigga pull a nigga over, he jump out slapping the police or doing some dumb shit or hiding a gun or some shit. You can't defend that for him. Now you see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You can't defend it at some point. You feel me?
I mean, I feel what you're saying. You, especially with Shador or whatever. If that's the case, you can't defend that because you can't defend
Kaepernick either. They gave him an opportunity to come to the camp. He never came. He went and did his own little camp some fucking way else with anybody wide receivers at some camp, at some college, some fucking way. Right. When they gave him the chance, the commissioner and all these people gave him a chance with the workout and told him to come. He never showed up. Who fault is that now? So you got to put blame on them for causing the situation.
I can dig that, but my thing is, you compare when they compare the two don't.
They got rubbed the wrong way.
Hold on, you can say rubbed the wrong way. Kaepernick stood on something.
That's beside the point. They was rubbed the wrong way.
I understand.
No matter what it was about,
but you compare two different situations when the dude stood on something that uplift the people and stood up.
We get that. That's beside the point. Nobody care about that.
No.
We know that.
The shit
it rubbed him the wrong way. Yes or no?
The shit he did, the shit Shador doing was about Shador.
Both of them rubbed him the wrong way.
Okay, I agree with that. They rubbed some motherfuckers.
It's not the point of what they were doing it for. Was rubbed them the wrong way. They rubbed them the wrong way. Right or wrong?
Wrong. I somewhat disagree.
The second step is why he did it. Why Kaepernick did it. That's irrelevant. Why he did it. No, he rubbed them the wrong way. No. When Young went in there, he rubbed them the wrong way. It's the same thing. Look, and they punished him for it.
I don't agree with that. I just don't like the comparison because it's two different situations. That being said, look, it's motherfucking, I ain't gonna say fault because a motherfucking draft who the fuck they want to draft. They don't have to draft who Mel Kite would say draft. So it's a lot of shit on Shador's side that he could have did better. He should have did better. You gotta show him that you your own motherfucking man. You ain't Deion Jr. Nobody want Deion Jr. That's the problem. So if you didn't distinguish yourself as Shador and you went in there with an arrogant attitude, you went in there as the motherfucking for the Giants say you the worst motherfucking interview we ever had.
See what I mean?
And
like, how can you defend that? You defend him going in the interview and destroying the fucking interview to be the worst interview a motherfucker ever had. You defend that then?
I'm not defending him. You know why? My team got a quarterback.
No. Wait.
So
your team ain't nothing to do with this.
I don't give a fuck.
Defend. Why would he act like that then? That's what I'm trying to tell you is. All I'm trying to tell you is the parallels are the same because they doing things they don't need to be doing. Both of them did that. And the things they needed to do, they didn't do.
Look,
either one of them.
the word on him, and it been on him on Shador for the longest time. The word on him, especially with scouts, he's arrogant. He's entitled. He's this. He don't take responsibility. He don't this, that, and the third. The word been on him for a while. Oh, now he knew it was out there. He didn't do nothing about it. That's his fault. He knew what they was looking at and what the people were saying about him. They've been saying this shit about him ever since he got to fucking Colorado, especially when he started doing the watch thing. He know what he was saying. He thought talent alone was going to get him where he wanted to be. And it's never just talent alone.
Now, everybody don't know that he was pranked that night. The son of the Falcons defensive coordinator, Jeff Albrecht, apologized for the prank. He apologized for the prank itself. Now, this is the son of the Falcons defensive coordinator, which used to be the Jets coordinator last year. Now, I'm gonna let y'all hear this joint first, and then we're gonna on the internet.
I think you're opening up one of the bigger.
Hey, is this Shadur? Hey, this is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. They were waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
It's ain't gonna be nothing there.
Hey, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Oh my God, he's funny. He's funny.
What you think about that?
Well, I don't agree with Stephen A. on much, but I agree with him on this one. They need their ass whooped. That was some cold shit, though. And nobody apologized to the daughter of the Giants owner. I think it's the Giants owner. They go to the school, same school as them. They blame her for leaking Shador number, but man. Years down the road, that's gonna be funny as shit, but I'd have been one pissed off motherfucker. I know who they is too. I'll choke the shit out of one. I'll go Shannon Sharp, you're gonna get choked. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Check your ass up out of here. Yeah. I don't know. To me, to be honest with you, that shit was funny, bro. If I was motherfucking in high school or college, you know how many days I'll be laughing at this right here, bro?
Oh, yeah.
Especially high school.
Oh, yeah.
I would not be able to stop laughing. We pulled that off, bro.
No, we pulled that
We
off.
called Deion Sanders' son in the middle of a fucking draft when he thought he was going 1-2 or was waiting.
Yeah.
And he answered our phone. Bro, I probably couldn't even get the words out. When he answered, I'd be like, hey, bro, hold on for a minute. He'd be like, who the fuck is this? I've been trying to. White boy did a good ass job to even keep his thing together and try to keep a deep voice like he was a grown man. Like, nigga like me, I will fuck that whole thing up. I will fuck it up. I'm telling you now. Soon as he answered, I've been so geeked. Like, this nigga answered it?
I mean,
I probably fucked that right there. Holy fuck, this him. Hey, Dion, that's you? He probably been there. Hold on, what the fuck is that? I would have fucked it up. For sure. White boy kept calm, kept that deep voice like he was grown, and kept on going.
Yeah, because he had a phone. The phone that he called, Shador just got that phone. and the only people that had the number was the GMs of the NFL teams. So nobody else had that. That's all that phone was for me to get called on draft night. That's all. So I guess Shorty
No. Also, scouts and the defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators got that number too.
But for the purposes of that one that he just got right there, that one he had only sent out to the the number to the GMs and shit through an NFL, some kind of NFL email or shit.
So like the defensive coordinator of the Falcons will get that number because he on a team.
He'll have that number.
So let's say if he got the number and it's sitting on his desk at school, at home or something, then his son get it. So, all right, let me ask you this. Who should be punished? The son? What should be happening here? He can't even punish his little ass, can he?
I mean, you can't. I mean,
he's 21 now.
Yeah, he's 21. I mean, the father can punch him in the face. Because he damn near got him fired. He got his father fired.
Hey, bro. That is funny as shit, though, bro.
But you got the motherfucking. But now you got the motherfuckers. If the father's still gonna be there, they looking at him sideways because he leaving shit all out in the open, all willy nilly.
No, remember, don't forget that's not the only person he called. So the people don't feel like he was pointed out or something. It was other players called and pranked on. It wasn't just him. He was one of the people. Full of a group of people that was pranked on.
Yeah, that's because.
But his was the biggest one because he was literally waiting for the top 10 pick.
Yeah.
And this was now in the third round.
Yeah.
So if that phone rang, you really geeking now. Like, damn, what the first thing he said? I was waiting on you, bro. You took a long time. Bro, I would have shitted on myself if I was in that joint, bro. If we would have called him and I'm in my teens, bro. I swear to God, I would not be able to keep my composure if he would have said that dumbass shit on that phone.
They pulled that prank off. So perfect. He did it right at the time when the biggest story of the draft was.
That's my point.
And just like the biggest story of this draft won't always be Shador. Man, he felt too.
And you literally got in. He answered it. He answered it.
He had the number. He said, I got the number. I'm going to call this motherfucker.
And it was literally him. First of all, they had to get over the fact, is this Shador? You know what I'm saying? Then it was him. It's like, oh, shit. Hey, we about to pick you. That nigga was like, yeah, this is about to be legendary. What took you so long? That's what this nigga said. That little glimpse right there, I could tell what he was saying in those motherfucking meetings, bro. Already. Just by him saying, damn, what took you so long? Oh, it's about to be legendary. Fact that he telling these niggas what took you so damn long? And they gonna tell these niggas it's about to be legendary. I could tell how he acted in the Giants' office that day he went in that bitch, bro. Just by that motherfucker. He was already in the third round late. He still was talking shit like that. Yeah, you feel me?
I'd have told him the same shit. It took y'all so motherfucking long.
Now you see what I'm saying? Imagine how he thought when he just walked in joints there. Oh yeah, I'm first or second, bro. None of that. You, no, you not drafting me. I ain't even getting involved in it. Do you go on the board for what? Nigga, I'm not paying attention to you. Pop, should I pay attention to him? Nah, son. Fuck him.
Fuck that, man.
Okay,
let that motherfucker kiss your ass.
Get your ass out of here, bro. All right, I'm going to see the people that want me. And the whole time they didn't want you. You dumb motherfucker.
You tell that motherfucker your father said we ain't trying to hear that shit.
Hey, shout out to that motherfucker that son did that shit. Second, whoever son did that should be fired and exiled from the NFL completely. One, you should be secure enough with people information because people are trying to be drafted. I'm coming from DC. I done worked my whole life, the little bit of time I'm in high school, college, to bust my ass. My pops and my agent getting numbers out so I can be drafted to a fucking joint. And you willy-nilly with my number and just having any. Now, who got my number now? Fucking with you? Fire. And then we need to go around the league and see who the fuck really needed my number, nigga.
Well,
That's a fire in the. I want them fired, nigga. You shouldn't be willy-nilly a prospect number. They want you to call them if you want them, not for you to give it to your fucking son or daughter to play on the internet. It's not an owner in America should keep them there. Like, bro, you should call it off. Hey, you know what? That was funny as fuck. Your son was funny on that. But get your shit. Get all your shit out of here and take your bullshit out of here and your son's shit. I'm gonna laugh at that video too, at Joe. But good, like, I like your work though. See you later. I'm gonna give you references. Get the fuck out.
He got him good. He apologized. He apologized. He talked to Shador. I'd have been like, bitch ass.
Man, don't call, man, bro. All that is makeup. White people know how to do things like that.
I know.
Black man Sanders should have been like, I don't want no calls from nobody. I'm about to go Cleveland and ball. Fuck
like,
y'all.
I was like, yeah, Shawty, you cool, but you know what? Next one, first time in Cleveland, come down there and play Atlanta, I'm gonna punch you in your face.
I'm not answering. I'm not talking to him. I'm telling my agent I don't want to be connected to nobody to him. Fuck him. His name is Jeff Albrecht. He got an Instagram too. Check that joint out. Don't make me have to go to that joint too. Check his Instagram out, Jeff Albrecht. You know what I'm saying? So, and he 21 years old. He starting his shit off too. So let's derail his shit. Whatever the fuck he want to do, carpenter or fucking whatever he in college for. So let's fuck him up. If he put up anything that says yup or whatever the fuck he about to do, you fuck my man up. Remember that? We got something for you too. Let's see, can you build a business out of us fucking you up just like you did him, motherfucker? That's how I work, nigga. Yeah, cancel that bitch ass nigga. Now, the other day, motherfucker, like we said earlier, the sound was kind of fucked up. You ain't hear half of the things, the conversation that was being said. So I just want to touch briefly on a lot of things we talked about. You know what I'm saying? One thing is motherfucker Sterling Sharp is going through a lot of motherfucking things right now with well, he being accused of, is it, now I'm gonna be allegedly at first.
He allegedly cornholed a white girl.
Is it rape, touch? What is this?
He's being accused of rape.
Yikes. Now, $50 million rape lawsuit for Now, everybody know is a motherfucker. Everybody fucks with right? But the other day, he put up a motherfucking joint after the bra said she won't sue him for that. And this is what he said.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
So, like we talked the other day, is my bigger issue with it is that most freaky ass whores talk like that. Most niggas that talk to bitches that want to be choked or fucking slapped, spit the fuck on, talk like that to them. That's what they want. Now, we need to find out, is that a whore that does that? And then took time out to try to record him while they talking in these type of sexual type of ass shits, which is my preference. This is where I'm coming from. Now, the girl's 19 years old. Now she's 21. She's 19 at the time. He was 54 at the time. Right? Now, to me, this is what gets you in trouble is when you fuck white bitches, first of all. That's your first problem. When you fuck with white bitches, they got a motherfucking scam, a scheme, a plot. Them taking this dick for a year or 2 years, they don't give a fuck about that. Their end goal is to take half of whatever the fuck you doing. As a NFL player, NBA player, whatever the fuck you doing, a rapper, I don't give a fuck. All y'all bitch ass niggas step out of your race and fuck with these fucking crackers. And they got scams for your dumb asses the whole time. So as soon as you break up with them, half. You're not even leaving these bitches without leaving them better than they were and you were before you met them. That's some jackass shit, be honest with you.
Well, whose fault is that? That's his fault. If you fell for that dumbass shit and you supposed to know better, dude, you supposed to be a man of the world. You're a man, a man that played umpteen years in the NFL, where they teach you this shit. They have you seminars. Rookies got to go through this shit, where they teach them this shit that's going on out here. How the fuck you fall for it? You talk about it's a sex tape and you don't have no access to the sex tape, not even a copy of the sex tape. So if they put out some bullshit, you can combat it. You don't have that. Fuck kind of people you around? This bitch sit there tuck you all kind of ways on the motherfucking phone. She accuses you of fucking rape on the fucking phone. She accuses you of fucking beating her up or choking her on the phone, and you just sit there and conversate with this bitch. Dude, what the fuck are you thinking?
So the bitch want $50 million and he tried to settle for $10 million. Now, to me, that's the mistake. I understand you want to probably settle something to get it out the way. $10 million might not hurt you or not. But once you do that, to me,
you look guilty.
Are saying, yeah, it's like, you can't do that. You got to start from the beginning saying, fuck that bitch, I'm suing, like you're doing now. But it can't come out later that you offered her something to be quiet. It's like, why do that then? If you was sticking to your guns, if you was real with your shit, why you had to offer her something? You know what I'm saying? 2, I don't agree with her playing videos of half-clipped shit. He do reserve the right for you to play the whole fucking video. Because bitches taking shit out of context. Especially if they're a whore, slut, that like to be slapped in their fucking head and fucking bit on or some dumb shit like that. Or screamed at or cussed at or some bullshit or talk to like a dog or some shit. It's freaky hoes out here like that, bro.
Yep.
And if they choose to record you when you going through these things y'all doing before y'all fuck, is that foul or is that you? Or do she get to portray you as this type of person now?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That's what she gets to do. Because his dumb ass made a sex tape with the bitch, and he don't got no copy of the sex tape. He don't got, not only you not got the sex tape period, you don't even got a copy of the sex tape or whatever the fuck to combat what the fuck she did. So she, with her copy of the sex tape, she can do what we talk about on this joint and argue back and forth for the longest time. She gets to take the tape and set the narrative. Because your dumb ass don't have no way to set it yourself. You can't even counteract it. All you can holler about is motherfucking, well, that was about 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds of me choking the bitch out. But Ray, baby, it's 30 seconds of you choking the bitch out, allegedly. But she can put that 30 seconds out there and say, look, this is what he did. Fuck the other motherfucking 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So that's what I don't understand. I said it the other night. I think they had some kind of fucking understanding, whatever the fuck, like they was in a relationship or whatever the fuck. And from what they've been saying last couple of days, it's supposed to have been some kind of relationship. They just started fucking with each other in like October of last year. There's a lot of choking going on in a short amount of time. But
sluts like that. They love to be choked.
I just think, they had some kind of understanding, and she was like, damn, I'm understanding that this thing about to get paid, and I understand that I think I can get me some cuts out of this. I ain't taking these choke outs and feed the ass. And now you got 2 more chicks that came out.
White girls are scammers, bro.
Yeah. Now you got 2 more bras that saying Shannon Sharp put hands on them.
That's why I say another thing.
Now,
2 things grandma told me, bro. People be laughing when I say this. When she said, don't do anything sexual that you wouldn't do in front of me. When I say that is, like, for example, if your grandma was to walk into a room and you having sex, would you rather be under the cover and just your ass going up, the girl, you can't even see the girl or nothing, right? But your grandma didn't realize you having sex and turn back around. Or she walk in the room, you got an apple in your fucking mouth, a pickle in your ass, and bitches throwing motherfucking oil on your ass. Would you rather see her seeing you having sex like that, or the one where she barely can see you, just your ass coming up?
Yeah, the first one.
Now you see what I'm saying? Don't do something that you will not want me to see. Real simple. If you want out that motherfucker with a motherfucking apple in your motherfucking mouth and pick on your ass, that's your fault at this point, bro. You can't go out there like that. If you want fuck, anytime you do extracurricular shit, it's out there. It's just that simple. You can't do it and think that's hitting now. Because that bitch is a crazy bitch. She could record some shit or have a fucking camera in her room. So once you say, I'm doing crazy shit with you, you got to be crazy. You got to be careful because if a bitch, I never choke a bitch. I don't give a fuck how many times she tell me to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm not spitting on bitches. I'm not doing all that shit because in the end, at the end, you can say I'm fucking what's the name? Or you can record and say, look at him choking me with no sound on the video or nothing. Now I'm looking like I'm choking you. When you told me to choke your dumb ass, it can make you come, you dumb bitch. But the whole time the video, no sound, and now I'm just choking you. You done cut out, lost all the part of you saying do it, and that shit thrown away some damn way. That's a problem. So therefore, don't do anything you wouldn't do in front of grandma. Real fucking simple, bro. God damn sure had no problem growing busting in the door when she can't barely see the bitch and the covers on both of us and my ass is going up. She said, oh my God, what y'all doing? That type of shit. That's cool. Damn, grandma, what are you doing? You should lock the door.
His dumb ass ain't got no leverage over this bra right now. Only thing he can say is, oh, it's a shakedown.
And then I don't like when black people, when they get in trouble, they being the millionaires. But once they get in trouble, they want to take a black man down. They want to take a black lady down. Like, wait, what the fuck y'all was at? Now I can't do that with my man here, Sharp, because he been on the right side. But most of these motherfuckers that do that when he did, never ever fought for black cause, talked on the black cause, or gave a fuck about our black cause. I don't like that when you in trouble. Now you black. Now you reach for niggas like us to help you. That I don't like it. Same thing with Q, right? He made Friday. The only reason Friday even was anything because of niggas. After Friday, now he look for white people to give him the movie so he can make a white man movie. Why? We the ones that made that, my guy. Don't forget us. And that's why y'all niggas be where y'all at. Y'all forget. Niggas like us, even though I'm not an active drug dealer no more, right? Neither one of us is actively in the streets no more. We OGs of this shit, right? But we get to tell the story of the OGs in the DC and Maryland area. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's what we here for. And then at the same time, politics, we're going to give our view on what the fuck we feel black coaches should need. And we want anybody to come in this motherfucker to disagree with the conclusion we the fuck come to. Holler at your boys. You know what I'm saying, dog? We open for the debate. The back doors open, windows open, all the doors open for that debate at any time, from a black MAGA, white MAGA, Hispanic MAGA. We don't give a fuck. As long as you got a MAGA name on there, we tear your hole in your ass. We don't give a fuck. We want that smoke. Anybody out there, we do appreciate all our hoodies do to take time out to fucking stop through, holler at your boys, and make sure you tap into us and see what we thinking. We appreciate y'all a whole lot. You know what I'm saying, dog? Before we get out of here, though, the Philadelphia Eagles, y'all know, won the Super Bowl. And, you know, teams go to the White House when they win Super Bowls. Now, people make decisions not to go for their own personal reasons. Sometimes you might be Muslim. Sometimes you might not like the fact that that person is against gay marriage. But overall, football teams will go and just for the it's a ceremony for the best team in the NFL. It's not important. It's not something that have to happen, but it happens. Now, Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. Everybody knows. But the motherfucker participation list was short. And some of the key figures was motherfucker, the quarterback, first of all. Hirsch didn't show up to this thing. Now, I'm going to ask you, is it good or bad things when when players don't show up for the president thing or not? First, we're going to let y'all know. We're going to let you hear what main man say. What's his name?
Super Bowl win over the Chiefs.
The
team is set to meet with President Donald Trump at the White House later this afternoon. There's some uncertainty about which players are making the trip, but one of the team's biggest stars is already there.
Action News sports director Deuces Rogers joins us now live from the White House with a preview of today's ceremony. Hi, Deuces.
Hey there, Sarah and Alicia. Yes, we cannot get enough of that Eagles Super Bowl victory, and the Eagles get yet another chance to celebrate that today. They will take part in today's ceremony at the White House. It'll put a bow on the 2024 season as they take part in that time-honored tradition of having the president welcome them here to the White House and congratulate them in person. Now, you mentioned there's been some talk as to which Eagles players will attend today's event. Jeffrey Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, said a few months ago that this is an optional event, that it's up to the individual player if they want to come to this event or not. One player that we do know that is already here is Saquon Barkley. Over the weekend, the Eagles running back actually golfed with President Trump at his country club in Bedminster, New Jersey. Then Barkley flew here to D.C. with the president aboard Marine One. Barkley took some heat on social media about this, as you can imagine. He responded this morning with a tweet that essentially said, "This is not about politics. It's about respecting the office of the president. We are, of course, here to celebrate the Super Bowl championship team." The president actually saw a lot of the game firsthand as the Eagles destroyed the Chiefs 40-22 in Super Bowl 59 down in New
Saquon Barkley, but
Saquon Barkley,
not good.
I mean, if you want to be Magite, be a Magite. Fuck you. You know? You talking about you respect the office. Let me ask you a question. Does a motherfucker in the holding office respect you? Do you respect people that look like you? Do you respect people that don't look like him? No. You try to put it out there like, well, man, I respect the office, but y'all don't respect the office. Everybody respects the office. You even have to respect the office with him in it. Because whether you know it or not, you have to depend on this son of a bitch for this idiot, this racist idiot, for our fucking protection from outside forces. Even though if we was attacked, he would give us up in a hot minute. He'd kill all the niggas, man. And we'll give you Harlem. Some shit like that. So Don't come out here. Oh man, I respect the office. That's all. I had golf with Obama. Okay. Obama's not a raging racist. Obama wasn't just throwing people out the country all willy-nilly because they didn't look like him. Obama wasn't trying to erase Black history. But this motherfucker you golfing with, so evidently, if you golfing with him, you felt the need to defend whatever it is about him, I guess you must agree with what he's thinking. And if that's the case, fuck you too. But I don't give a fuck about you anyway.
First of all, I hate when these motherfuckers scream, this is about the office. Fuck you. You ain't got to be there, and that's that. You there because you want to be there, and you either agree with this motherfucking pig. Like, I don't give a fuck about the office or not. If they invite me to come right now, this bitch ass nigga couldn't touch me or talk to me or look at me. Period. Not me walking, looking at him in his eyes glazing and him pat me on my fucking back like a little boy. That ain't gonna fucking happen. So you can't separate politics from you playing football, because you playing football has nothing to do with you walking in along with this pig. Nothing at all. You could have been training some fucking way. Left that shit be. You chose to walk with an orange-necked pig called Donald Jackass Trump. You chose to do that. You ain't have to do it. You ain't have to get on a plane with this bitch-ass nigga. You ain't have to walk nowhere with him. You ain't have to go and let him pat you on your fucking back like a bitch. Dang. You didn't have to do none of that. So don't give me no bullshit about you respect the office. Fuck that. I ain't see you out there golfing with Biden, motherfucker.
Are you saying that Jalen Hurts don't respect the office? That's your quarterback. He didn't show up. He don't respect the office.
Did you hear what I said? You going there or not doesn't mean that you disrespect or respect it.
That's what I'm saying.
That pig is a racist pig. You not showing up is not disrespectful. You showing up is disrespectful. You with me?
I can live with that.
That's what I'm talking about. The fact you showed up is the disrespectful part. Ain't no way in the fuck you should be showing up some jackass orange neck. And you don't see me there. Let's say you ain't think he was that bad before January. What about now, you fuck?
Well, let me ask you this question. Okay, say you was invited to the White House by the president, whether you like the president or disagree with the president or not. And the president said, well, you come on and we want to celebrate your championship, whatever. And you like, well, this is a once in a lifetime, could be a once in a lifetime thing that I might not never make it back to another Super Bowl, let alone win another Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. Then you might say, well, and I can understand that. I just want, everybody don't get a White House visit. I ain't with the motherfucker. I ain't this, that, and third. But when you do go beyond that to you golfing, you riding back and forth on Marine One, and all this shit, you spending all this personal time with the motherfucker for real, that the rest of the team ain't, for some reason. But anyway, of course people gonna look at it a certain way, and you come out talking shit. Yeah, we gonna look at you like, oh, he one of them closeted MAGA motherfuckers.
He's a fucking down baby, ready to let it go. He one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, he one of them motherfuckers. He one of them motherfuckers like Nelly. Oh, I can come out now.
Yeah, let's think about it for a minute. Okay, let's take that for example. What you just said. Let's say I was on the team and we won, and now the championship over. As far as the NBA concerned, we done. All this other shit has nothing to do with it. So can you imagine me walking with Donald the fuck Trump across the lawn and me and him smiling?
Oh, hell no.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm getting 2 inches close to him, I'm going to try to smack the shit out of him. Fire at his ass, bruh. Now you see what I'm saying? Let alone, how can you go walk with him and smile with him, bruh? I'm at the smack fire in his ass stage, and you can walk with him? That's the difference. There's nowhere impossible. You can invite me. Because I'm going to find something to a chair or something. I'm going to smack fire out of his ass.
And that's my whole thing. Motherfucker, you talking about respecting the office and play go. Motherfucker, that's the fucking problem. It wasn't about respecting the office. Yeah, you can go and say, I'm going to go with my team. I'm going to go with my teammates. And, this is a once in a lifetime thing. And that's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. But now you done made it to a golf trip. Y'all spent the weekend together and shit.
But the office is not as respectable as the person in it. Other than that, it's just a fucking office in a room in a house. It ain't none of that until the person get there. And that person don't need no respect. Fuck him in the office.
Right.
That's simple.
That's what my thing is. Motherfucker, we can what the presidency and what it represents, everybody respects that. But when you want to spend the weekend, you golfing and having a good time, having a bromance with Donald Trump, of course people gonna look at you sideways. And you damn right black people gonna look at you sideways. Like
right when you about to be famous, you don't pull the plug on your jackass shit, bro.
Right.
Dummy. Dumb fuck. You could just skip that and made your money. You have so many commercials, girls been loving you, all that black ladies been all. Nah, see now you want to mix some Trump into your shit now. Dumb fuck shit. So whoever your manager is, tell him hi, thank you. And you got you out of New York, but he fucked you up after that. Have fun with that nigga. Appreciate everybody that tunes in. Check your boys out. Anytime. HVP, you get the chance to check us out. That's motherfucking Facebook, YouTube, all that shit. Twitter, Instagram, holler at your boys, man. We try and grow this shit. If you're a motherfucking hoodie, we appreciate y'all a whole lot for following us all this time and getting us to this point where we done drop 500 podcasts on y'all bitch ass niggas, and we just passed our 3rd year anniversary. And y'all can find a motherfucker that grind more than that. What we need to do is learn how to be not podcasters though, but YouTubers. And we're working on that part now. You know what I'm saying, dog? But other than that, appreciate everybody around the world to take your time out to watch these boys. You know what I'm saying, dog? Y'all some say we got it?
Nah. Just see y'all on the next party. I'll take it like out there.
You're now black and proud. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets. You know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood people.